people? It's your man Shannyn Casino, and this is another episode up close and personal of Fifth Charge with your boy Cinco Shannyn Casino, aka Shanahan 5, whatever way you want to call me, whatever you want to call me. I just wanted to jump on today. I won't be before you long. Just wanted to jump on and talk to you guys about what's in my spirit, what I've been thinking about, what's been happening with me, and as far as my vision goes, how I want to get it out, how I want to deliver it to the world, and what it's going to take for me to deliver my visions to the world. One of my visions right now, one of my things is 10 of Grace, which is my nonprofit organization, which I'm building a program for kids called Kids with Intent, which is a play off of 10 of Grace, my nonprofit organization. And I want to make this a performing arts program for kids, a safe place for kids to come and learn, how to act, how to speak, professionally, have social skills to be around other kids their age, to get off of social media in a sense where social media takes their attention, takes away from their social skills, learning how to be in rooms with other kids and conversating and knowing how to build with other people, which I believe is very important for kids to be around other kids that are doing things, kids that have intentions to do great, and to be influenced by other good influences that are their age. So that's 10 of Grace, and the program is called Kids with Intent. So be on the lookout for that. We are building this program now. We got some, I have some more, updates for you on that coming up soon, as we, winding down on 2024, going into 2025. I have some updates for you guys as far as what we're going to do to fundraise and build up this program, because this program is going to happen. And that's just one of the things that I have in mind, one of the things that I have in mind to do, and it will get done one way or the other by the grace of God. And I know God is a part of it because of the way 10 of Grace came to me and how it came about. I know it was nothing but favor and grace from God why 10 of Grace came about. So just be on the lookout for that. Make sure you guys go ahead and click subscribe and share this content. Now would be a good time to subscribe to this channel, Fifth Charge. But I want to go into this, speaking of building something, and 10 of Grace is just one of the things that I do, but I have some other businesses in mind, other things that I want to do, other things that I am working on. And it brings me to what I want to speak to you guys about today. Back in the day, I was in a group called Tough Assignment, and we all came from a background of dancing and singing and things like that. And I remember one of the brothers from the group Tough Assignment that I was in, he used to always talk about the group that he used to be in and the good music that they made, which is awesome, because I heard of them. They were actually really good. But he brought his skills to the group, and I bring my skills and along with the other brothers to make the group that we was in a powerful group around the city of Boston. But there was this song that he had, and I believe a song that he used to always talk about. And I remember this song, and shout out to Terrell. I remember this song he used to talk about all the time. And the song, it was a sample from a old group, but it was part of their hook. And the hook would say, and he would say this part all the time, and it's the part that I remembered. I don't know any of the other words, but this was a part that he always said. And what he said was, one bad apple And he used to always say that one bad apple doesn't fall too far. Something like that. That was the melody or something, but it was one bad apple, one bad apple. And before I get, going into this, I want to speak from that topic about building your dream, your vision, the destiny, the desires of your heart, where you want to go, and what needs to happen, what needs to come from you to make these things happen, where you have to stand up and be that stand-up person to make it happen, because all kind of calamities, all kind of issues will come to try to stop this vision. I always say to people, whenever you try to get started on something, or you say, I'm going to start doing this, I'm going to start working out, or I'm going to stop drinking, or I'm going to stop smoking, whatever you say, you saying it is its baby form. That's the baby form. And the enemy always shows up. The enemy always shows up when you are in baby form of doing, starting, stopping to do anything. It shows up while it's in baby form. When he knows that you don't have all of the strength that you need yet, because anything that you do, you have to build up your strength. You have to build up your tolerance to keep it going or to stop something. Either way, to build it up, to make it become, or to build yourself up to stop, what is happening, what is going on. So the enemy will show up immediately. I said in the past podcast, as soon as I would, say, I'm done drinking, I don't want to have another drink, I think I'm done drinking, I don't need to drink anymore. And then you'll go to a restaurant and you might sit at the bar to eat, which that's your first mistake right there. You shouldn't sit at the bar to eat a meal when you just said that you want to stop drinking, because you're just letting the enemy know that, are you really finished drinking? But this is something that's happened to me on a few occasions before it dawned on me what happens. And so I would sit at the bar to get something to eat, and I'll say, hey, this is what I want to eat, and give me my juice and my water. And out of nowhere, the bartender, it would never be this way in any other case, but out of nowhere, the bartender would say, hey, want a shot? It's free. The person down the bar didn't want that. I poured the wrong thing. This one's free. The enemy will always show up to test you immediately. And you have to be strong enough in that moment to say, no, I'm all set. I'm good. I'm good. I made up my mind. I'm not drinking. I'm not going to do it. I don't want it. Go on about your business. Give it to somebody else who might want it, but I'm good. And that's just one situation. There's so many other different scenarios of that people go through. It just shows up. You used to be a bad person in the way that you used to be bad, and you had a revelation. I got to stop this. I got to do better with my life. You ain't heard from these friends in 3 years. These old friends, 2 years. You ain't heard from these people. And right when you say, I want to change my life, I want to get my family together, I want to do right, the tests come. Here they call out the blue. And all they're going to call you and say, and I want you guys to really pay attention to this, all they're calling you to do is remind you of who you used to be. Don't let your memory attack your purpose. Don't let the memory of who you used to be attack your purpose and where you are going, because that's what the enemy will show up and do immediately. I always say, don't kill the baby before it takes its first steps. And a lot of us do that. We get caught up. We want to take our baby steps to sobriety, but we kill the baby by allowing the wrong people to penetrate or get back through the doors of your life and speak remembrance of your heydays, and those days are over. So Remember that. But I want to talk from this topic of the one bad apple. I don't know. When I was reading this morning in my reading, this one bad apple kept coming to my mind, kept dropping in my spirit. One bad apple. And what do we know about, any fruit? If you put, and it's funny like that, if you put a bad apple next to a healthy apple, what happens to the healthy apple? The healthy apple becomes rotten, like the other rotten apple. It becomes bad. You would think that if you put a good fruit next to the bad fruit, the fruit would be influenced by the good fruit and get more healthy, but it doesn't. You never see it like that. It doesn't work like that. And in our lives, if you are getting better and if you are doing something great, it's in you to be great. That bad apple has to find a revelation for themselves to become better from the inside out. And a lot of them don't want to do that, to become better, to become healthy. And some of them can't find it in themselves, that goodness that helps them become healthy. But if you are already healthy and you're already making strides to become better, to be healthy, don't lump yourself in a bag with other unhealthy fruit, one bad apple. So that brings me to what I was reading this morning. I was in the book of 2 Samuel, 2 Samuel 20. And here's what I'm reading. I'm going to read it for you guys real quick. Like I said, I don't want to be before you too long. I just wanted to drop this on you as it dropped on me this morning. So I just wanted to drop it on you guys. And may it bless you. So here's what it is. I read from 2 Samuel 20. And it's a few verses, 14 to 22. Verses 14 to 22. 2 Samuel 20, verses 14 to 20. And it reads, Sheba passed through all the tribes of Israel to Abel Beth Maacah, and through the entire region of the Bichrites, who gathered together and followed him. All the troops with Joab came and besieged Sheba in Abel Beth Maacah. They built a siege ramp up to the city, and it stood against the outer fortifications. While they were battering the wall to bring it down, they was going to bring it down. Joab and his men, his army, they were going to bring it down. Check this. I want you guys to remember this. A wise woman called from the city. Now, the Bible is full of powerful men. And once again, here's another scripture where the woman's name is not mentioned, because in those times they didn't really mention the woman's name, even though these women they've done some great things. There's a reason why they made it into the Bible, because they have done some great things. They've made great decisions and thinking fast, which is something that women can do. That's why they made it into the Bible. And this woman made it in the Bible. But we're going to call her, as the Bible did, a wise woman called from the city. And she says, listen, tell Joab to come here so I can speak to him. Now that was bold, because Joab was gangster. The reason why Joab is even in that town chasing after a guy. He's chasing after a guy. But check this out. Joab is working for King David. He's a commander for King David. Now, in the previous chapters, this same guy, Joab, who's so gangster, actually killed the son of the man that he's working for, which is King David. Y'all can go back and read that in chapter 18, I believe it is. You can go back and read that. It was gangster, but he was a rider for King David, and he didn't care who he who David told him. David said, go get him. He went to go get him. And that was that. So Joab was pretty gangster, right? So she said, listen, tell Joab to come here so I can speak to him. Verse 17, he went toward her and she asked, are you Joab? You Joab? And he says, I am, he answered. She said, listen to what your servant has to say. She said, listen to me. I'm gonna keep it real. Listen to me. And he says, I'm listening. He was cool. I'm listening. She continued. This is verse 18. Listen to this. Long ago, they used to say, get your answer at Abel, and that settles it. In the MSG, I'm going to read what it said in MSG because I like the way it said. It's more understandable for us today, for people who are learning this story. I went over to the MSG version, and the MSG version, that same line says, if it's answers you want, come to Abel and get it straight. We're going to give it to you real. We're going to give it to you raw. That's what she was saying. We'll give it to you raw. We ain't got nothing to hide with this. It is what it is. We're not going to lie. There's no liars around here. We're going to tell you straightforward, whether you want to hear it or you don't. We're going to tell you. So she was a shrewd type woman. She was straightforward, straight from the hip. Remind me of a lot of women that I know. Right? We are the peaceful and faithful. And I love that. She said that this is our verse 19. We are the peaceful and faithful. They're peaceful. They about their business, but they don't want no drama. They ain't out here looking for drama. No, we ain't doing that. They just about their business. They drink water and minding their business. All right. We are the peaceful and faithful in Israel. You are trying to destroy a city that is a mother in Israel, meaning it's like the capital. It's a great place. It's Israel's heart, why do you want to swallow up the Lord's inheritance? This land was inherited. They inherited this land from the Lord. It was passed down to them, and they're taking care of it, and they're taking care of their business on it. Verse 20 says, for be it from me. Joab replied. I'm sorry, I said for be it. Far be it from me. He replied, far be it from me to swallow up or destroy. That is not the case. And what he's saying and that's right there, he's saying our intentions wasn't to come here and fight with you, knock down your buildings, knock down your wall, destroy anybody hurt. That's not the case. That's not what we came here for. We didn't come here for that. You was not our target at all. Yet, check this out. A man named Sheba, this is verse 21 now. A man named Sheba, son of Bichri, from the hill country of Ephraim, has lifted up his hand against the king, against David. Hand over this man, and I'll withdraw from the city. Because like I said, he wasn't there to mess them up. He was on the hunt. I've been told I gotta go and fetch this man. Somebody's, raised their hand or stepped up. Like, no, he needs to be checked, right? And he said, I will withdraw from the city. The woman said to Joab, his head will be thrown to you from the wall. She's like, I don't, pretty much. So just imagine, she's like, okay, I may or may not know who this person is, but we don't want no problem. We don't want no smoke. We got things to do here. We're running a tight ship here. We're doing our thing. So, whatever needs to happen, needs to happen. And so, his head will be thrown to you from the wall. And 22, then the woman went to all the people with her wise advice, because she was a wise woman, and they hurt the man. They hurt the man, and his head the son of Bichri, the head of Sheba, son of Bichri, and threw it to Joab. So he sounded the trumpets as he said he would, and his men dispersed from the city, each returning to his home. And Joab went back to the king in Jerusalem. So what happened here? Somebody had to be brave enough in the camp, in the city, to say, I'm speaking up for my city, for my town, for my people, for the peace that we have here, for the faith in God that we have here, for what we're building. We can't have none of these problems. This is not for us. And somebody, and I'm saying this, what fell in my spirit this morning and what makes me say what I'm saying is that there is possible, there could be a person in your camp that may not belong. They may not belong. There may be some things going on in your camp where things are not moving as they once was. It's not flowing like how it was. Why is that? Why is it not flowing like how it was? Why are we having problems today when we are a city of peace? We are a city of faith. What's happening? Something is starting to feel not healthy within our camp, within our team. Something feels rotten. There's a new energy in the building. There's a new vibe. There's a deceit happening. What is it? What is it? What is it in your camp? What is it in your vision? What's not working? What is being contaminated? What is it that's contaminating what you have going on? What is it? Who is it? And that's why I was blessed this morning. I was blessed this morning to read about this woman, to be so brave, because while you're building what you're building and doing what you're doing, going after a vision, going after a destiny, you have to be brave enough to step up to the plate and say, something here needs to go, because it's messing up what we got going on. As Sheba did. Sheba was hiding out amongst the city, amongst the people of this city of Israel. And he brought calamity. He brought drama. He brought drama to the people. And that's not cool. It's just like the story of like it was coming to mind is Jonah. In the book of Jonah. Jonah was disobedient to God. God told him to go to Nineveh and told him to prophesy there, to preach there. And he ran from God. And he said, no, I'm not going to go there. And he went, found him a ship that was going a whole nother direction, going to Tarshish. And he gets on the ship. And what happens on the ship is the ship, these brothers have probably been doing this, making this run on the ship and never really had no problems maybe. But Jonah got on the ship, and then calamity came on the waters and on the ship, and the ship, felt like it was getting ready to sink, like it was going to break. I mean, to the point where the men on the ship started throwing cargo off the ship to make it lighter so that it won't sink. And the men said, wait a minute, we ain't never had these kind of problems before. So they said, we going to have to find out who it is. Like somebody got a bad energy on them around here, because it's not flowing like how it's usually ran. So what happens is they go and find out, go through all the men, and they find Jonah. And Jonah's sitting down there sleeping. long story short, they say, what do we need to do to make this problem go away? To make the seas calm and to, because you brought some drama with you to our ship, to our doorstep. You brought some drama. Just like Sheba did. Just like Sheba brought drama to the town. And that woman had to step up. So the woman kind of represents the guy in Jonah's story who comes to Jonah like, hey, listen, what do we need to do to make this problem go away? Jonah, here's the difference between Sheba, I believe. Here's the difference between Sheba and Jonah. And we deal with this in our lives. What Jonah said, pick me up and throw me overboard. I know it's me. I know I'm bringing these problems on you. Now, if you have a person that has been in your camp, hiding out in your camp, and they say that, you've been blessed. They just, the Lord has delivered the truth into your hands, which is beautiful. But we have to know in today's time, not everybody's going to say it's them. Not everybody's brave enough to say it's me and throw me out, because everybody's trying to get to where they want to get to and do what they want to do. And they're going to use you to get there. Like what I say earlier, don't let nobody, I think I wrote it down. I did write it down because it was good. It poured into me. And it says, don't let them use your goodness and what you have built. Don't let them use your goodness and what you have built to bridge them over to be more disobedient to God and even to themselves. I'm going to read that one more time. Don't let them use your goodness and what you have built to bridge them over to be more disobedient to God and even to themselves. Don't let the people that are hiding amongst your camp, you can't let people hide amongst your camp and use your growth, use what you have built to bridge them to continue to do dirt or to be disobedient. Once again, to God and even to themselves, because they will, for they know not what they do. We have those kind of people. So there are people, I'm not going to say it's not. If it was in the Bible, it exists today. There's somebody that will know, like, I know that I'm the energy, even the curse sometimes, that's keeping you from getting to where you need to get to. So go ahead and throw me overboard. It would be in your best interest. I know I'm not that good. There's people like that, but then there's Shebas. And I believe that there's a lot more Shebas out there that will hide amongst you, just riding on your ship, riding in your city, hiding out until they get to that next level, till they get to where they're trying to get to maybe do more damage or to bring more drama to your doorstep, because they're definitely bringing it to their own doorstep. You know how when people say there's that some people have a dark cloud, they have a dark cloud just hovering around them wherever they go. Some people do. Some people just have that kind of energy. And you have to discern. You have to use the gifts that God gave you to discern these kind of people. You have to do it. If you know you're good people and you're hanging out with people who have a dark cloud, you have to, you can feel it. Like, you're going to bring drama, calamity. You're going to bring all kind of stuff to my doorstep. No. That's why I can respect people that, to a degree, don't let everybody come in their house. Because you're not coming with the same energy that I live under. I can respect that too. So Sheba is the kind of person that's going to, what is that? He's going to hide amongst you, and he's looking for you to be a bridge, whether it's to hide him out from the dirt that he's done, because he wasn't running for no reason. He did something. He raised a hand to the king. And in those times, you don't raise a hand to the king. You don't come against the king. In Jonah's case, you don't come against God. If God tell you to do something, and especially if he's giving you a gift like prophesying, and you don't do it, oh, he'll spank you. Oh yeah, he'll get at you. So that's what Sheba was doing. Sheba was hiding amongst these good people and bringing drama on them. So it reminds me of a scripture, 1 Corinthians 5:13. And here's what I want to tell you guys. You have to, my phone's ringing. You have to, as it says in 1 Corinthians 5:13, chapter 5, verse 13. I need to say that better. 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 13. And it says, you have to purge the evil person from among you. If you don't, they're just going to continue, because what Joab was doing, they started battering on the wall. They was getting ready to knock that wall down and destroy and come into their city and tear stuff up if they had to. But thank God, he said from the beginning, he said that's not the plan. That's not what all we want is that one person. And a lot of us, our destiny is tore up because of one person. We don't meet our destiny. We don't meet our purpose. We don't make it into the kingdom of God because of that one person that you allowed to stay around you, to stay in the mix with you. And they tore down your kingdom. They tore down the vision. So my message to you today is protect your destiny. Be a destiny protector. Are you a destiny protector? You have to stand up for what you're building, for where you're going, for where God is calling you to be. Step up. Be bold. Be brave in this season. Be brave. You have to step up for God, as God will step up for you. You got to step up for him. And you got to step up for your destiny. A destiny protector. Protect your ship. Protect those who are riding with you, who are helping you build this thing, who believe in this city, believe in this ship, believe that it will make it to its destiny. You got to protect those people too. You're a leader, a destiny protector. By you making it, the people who really ride with you, they make it because you make it. When I was in Texas, I was in Texas for the men's conference for As a Man Thinketh at Potter's House, Bishop T.D. Jakes' church, beautiful church, beautiful conference. As a Man Thinketh. Shout out to every man that was there, just awesome. And I hope Bishop Jakes keeps this thing going. It was awesome. They got women involved. I think the men need As a Man Thinketh. It was an awesome event and conference. A brother came up to me there, and the brother said to me, he said, I got a word for you, my brother. And I said, what is it? He said, man, he said, we've been sitting next to each other all night. And he said, and God's just been giving me this thing for you, God, this revelation, what I feel off of you. And I said, okay. I said, what is it? And this is before they let out, before we left the building for the night. And the brother said to me, he said, I keep hearing God say this about you. He said, if you don't free yourself, if you don't do that thing that God told you to do, then the people around you will never free what they have. They're just waiting on you. They're waiting on you to make it. They're waiting on you to do it. And I received that, and it broke me down. I totally received that, because here it is again. This is the second person that's told me that. And the first person was Sister Faye Franks. It's the first person to ever tell me that. So here goes another brother that doesn't know me at all. And I received it right in that moment. So it's super important, guys. You are a destiny protector, not just for yourself, but for others as well. Protect what you are building and purge the evil person from among you. Anybody, anything, whether it doesn't even have to be a person. It can be drugs. It could be wrong mindset, wrong heart posture about what you're doing. Purge it from among you so that you may meet your destiny. Yeah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Are you a destiny protector? A leader? Stand up. Shrewd when you have to be. One of my favorite quotes about myself, I always say, I speak this to myself all the time. I'm as humble as can be. I'm as humble as can be, yet as stern as I have to be. That reminds me of that city, peaceful and faithful. They're peaceful and they're faithful. I'm peaceful and I'm faithful. Humble as I have to be, but as stern as I have to be to get to where we need to go for me and my team. And you should think that way too. Go ahead, guys, read this for yourself. 2 Samuel 20. Yep. Read it for yourself. It's something in it for you. Yep. Yeah. Go ahead and read this thing for yourself. It's a powerful read. The whole 2 Samuel, the whole book of 2 Samuel is powerful. So I just wanted to leave that with you guys today. This has been Fifth Charge. You guys, like I said, subscribe. Stay with me. I'm growing. As I learn, I teach. Fifth Charge, how it came real quick. It's in the book of 2 Timothy. And 2 Timothy 4 and 2. Actually, it's 2 Timothy 1 through 5. But in verse 2, it says to preach, prepare, correct, rebuke, and encourage. And that's what I'm here to do. That's what I'm doing. And I hope you guys receive it. Stay with me once again. Subscribe, reach out, follow me on social media. Stay connected and stay connected so we can, you can get the updates on what's coming up with 10 of Grace. Got some really good events coming up. I can't wait to get started on. And I know you guys are going to love it. It's for the kids and the parents. And even at these events, I'll tell you about the parent program that we have. But we want to start off with the kids. So they're important. So stay connected. Once again, Fifth Charge, Essie. Yeah.